Hey, I'm your host, Adam, and this is your weekly recap on sports, politics, and much more. So let's get right into it, shall we? Sri Lanka right now looks like if North Korea was democratic. That's the best summary of it. Earlier last week, Sri Lankans stormed the presidential palace for answers, solutions, and blood. But they got neither of that with the president and fleeing the country and leaving the prime minister in charge. What a lot of Sri Lankans want right now is an all-party government to handle the situation. But unfortunately, the current government is using a loophole in the constitution to counter that. As an opinion journalist, I feel that if the current government does not give what Sri Lanka needs, that there will be a violent revolution against the government that either leaves the current government into exiling themselves out of the country or publicly executed, and that there will be a new Sri Lanka reborn, or called the People's Republic of Sri Lanka. Now, this is just a prediction, mind you, but with more Sri Lankans by the day being unable to feed themselves nor their family, this very much seems to be this very much sooner or later this might as well be the reality. On to other news now, as we head over to Japan, where Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot during a political rally. He was shot by suspected suspect of the assassination, Tetsuya Yamagami. Shinzo Abe first became Prime Minister during 2006 and 2007. Then he ran and won again in 2012 up until 2020. Shinzo Abe was a man of many controversies with his comments about the LGBTQ plus community and his many corruption scandals. But many loved him for his handling of the economy and his relationships with with former United States President Barack Obama and Donald Trump. He was loved by many, but hated by some. A good prime minister, and that let us pray to his family and the nation of Japan. Uh, Now we go to Europe. Now we head to Europe, more specifically the United Kingdom. At 10 Downing Street, Prime Minister Boris Johnson officially resigned from his duties as Prime Minister and Conservative Party leader. This is following his many scandals, which include this is after Partygate, the Sugri report, a no confidence vote against the prime minister, and finally the many resignations of ministers, including key ones such as finance minister health minister Sajid Javid and finance minister Rishi Sunak. But that does not mean Boris Johnson is no longer the acting prime minister, because in a recent press conference, Johnson has stated that he will remain the acting prime minister until a suitable interim has been found. While that was happening, the UK Conservatives have been holding ballots to find their next party leader, and after the second round of voting, that man, the next party leader seems to be the aforementioned Rishi Sunak, who will probably take the job as interim as well. This will probably mean that the United Kingdom will have their first ever, and this will absolutely mean that the United Kingdom will have their first ever Indian Prime Minister, and for the UK Conservatives, their first ever Indian party leader. On to sports now, as my beloved Tottenham Hotspurs defeated the K-League All-Star team. But that did not mean it was all smooth sailing, because in the first half, we looked a bit shambolic. And let me tell you, I didn't know what was worse, hell or watching Emerson Royale defend. But after we subbed on the Kimchi God himself, Heung-min Son, but in the second half, we subbed on the Kimchi God himself, Heung-min Son. And after two braces from Son and Kane, including a deflected free kick, Tottenham Hotspur won the game 6-3, with the final score of 6-3. Now going to Bangkok, as Manchester United absolutely stunned the footballing world by trashing Liverpool 4-0. Now, to be fair, Liverpool's squad included uh, were included a lot of youth talent, one new signing in Darwin Nunez, and two to three veterans. But I have to give props to Eric Ten Hag and his because he absolutely transformed this Manchester United team. And the Liverpool game wasn't just luck, as they absolutely destroyed Melbourne United 4-1. Maybe we'll finally see the full potential of this Manchester United team. Now on to transfer news, and boy oh boy has it been an eventful one for the Lily Whites. Has it been an eventful window for the Lily Whites? Jet Spence is a name that no one has ever heard of, but up until his loan spell with former English giants in Nottingham Forest. Not only did Spence help Forest to knock out Leicester City and Arsenal in the FA Cup, but he also helped them get back to the top flight of English football after an absence of more than over 20 years. Yes. After he returned from his loan spell at Forest, the aforementioned Spurs wanted to sign him, but Middlesbrough wanted 30 million. After many weeks of negotiations, the Lily White secured his services for 12.5 million. And let me tell you, I'm very excited to see him make his debut. But that was not the only signing for the Lily Whites, as they signed Ivan Perisic and Fraser Forster yes, Bissouma for 2.25 million, and Richarlison for 60 million pounds, and Clement Longley on loan. On loan. Um, so as a Tottenham Hotspur supporter, I'm very excited for next season. And that was the entire week. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the judges and everyone who has supported me and given me this chance. And I promise you, if you somehow allow me to pass and go to the next round, I will not only give my 100% effort, but 200% effort. Right? Thank you so much. I've been your host Adam, and always remember to be kind to everyone. Goodbye.